Hey folks, this is Chino with Electro Free Southeast. We are doing a reassembly video on Electro Free's 812H high capacity frozen drink machine. We're going to start with the door. So all these parts have been cleaned in a 3-compartment sink and sanitized. We're going to lube the seal for the door. And we are going to put it onto the door. It's the door gasket. Make sure it's nicely in that groove. So the next thing we are going to do is we're going to reassemble our piston. So you'll want to start with first by putting the first gasket onto the piston rod. That gasket has to slide all the way to the front. All right. Then we're gonna put our piston valve together. So we wanna lube all these black gaskets to make sure that they stay lubricated and not dry out as well. So the fat end of this pull valve we're going to put to all the way to the front. You want to snap it in like that, and then we're going to put the other gasket. We're first going to lube it, and then to lock that pull valve in place. So once you know it's done correctly, is that it does not move. So we are going to put the spring in. The long part of the piston the piston rod you put all the way through. And what we want to do is just put the nut on that will hold the piston rod in place. And then we screw in the knob ball afterwards. All right, so the outlet valve, the gasket for the outlet valve needs to be lubricated and then put back on the outlet valve. And then we insert it at the bottom of the knob valve has 2 little small gaskets. We're gonna put those back on. It's little things like this that can or cannot make, can make a customer sick. So you want to be very careful cleaning machines like this. Okay, and then we put our bleed valve back on. And that is pretty much the whole door. Now we are going to work on the beater. So this is our beater. We're going to start first by lubricating the shaft seal. You want to lube the inside of the white plastic and not the rubber piece. I'm gonna put that there. And then we are going to put our breaker bar back together. Oh, sorry. Your bushing shaft needs to be lubricated. We're going to apply a little bit of lubrication on the inside and on the outside because just a little bit. And we're going to put our breaker bar into the beater shaft. Oh, we want to apply a little bit of lubricant in this rear of this breaker bar. So it goes in nice and snug. To put our scraper blades on, you'll want to see where there's a hole. These grooves here on the breaker bar holds a beater blade together. Then we want to put this in like that. And then the bars where the groove section is fits into that spring. And the spring holds the bar on. So we want to do that for all 3 sides. So once again, the longer piece of the spring goes into that hole and it curves out. And we put them. Same on this one. And that's it. So we'll want to also, I didn't address this in the last video, but you'll want to clean inside your flavor rail to keep bacteria out. And let's put all these parts back on the machine. Folks, so we have our parts assembled, and now we are going to put it back onto the machine. You want to be very, very gentle and careful with this beater assembly. So we are going to slide both hands, using both hands, slide the beater assembly back into the machine. Well, what we don't want is that rear shaft hitting the barrel and leaving things. So as you're sliding it in, you want to make sure that the rear shaft is aligned with the hole in the back of the machine. So we are going to and then as you're putting it in, you want to make sure that you turn the beater and leave it to where the widest part of this beater is actually facing the bottom, so that it actually lifts the beater up just marginally, and that the middle breaker bar is a perfect square to match the faceplate. So then we are going to slide the door back on, and you'll notice that it's, fit perfectly. And we're going to tighten the knobs. You don't want to tighten one side quicker than the other, so you want to do an even, that way the door won't sit out of alignment when you're tightening it. We're going to put the hopper cover back on, and we are going to put the drip tray back on, and then our flavor rail. So now your machine is ready for sanitizer. We would pour about 3 gallons of sanitizer into the machine. We'll hit clean. You're gonna wait about a minute or two, extract all the sanitizer out, and instead of going through another rinse cycle to rinse the rest of the sanitizer out, you'll actually start by putting your mix in and then holding the piston open to let the rest of the new mix to push the rest of the sanitizer out, and then close it once you see the mix. Then you're going to want to hold the bleed tube until the barrel fills up, and then you can hit freeze. All right, well, thanks for joining us, folks. Have a great day.